Best value players in every position. This is something good to know because if they can fit into your team, you're going to get a really good player here for super cheap in comparison to what they're going to offer you on the pitch. If you enjoy this style of video, please do leave a like. Remember to subscribe. I upload every day helping you guys improve at the game. So if you can show some love, that'd be super appreciated. But for now, let's get into it. So starting off, we have the best value goalkeeper in the game. It is Mendy. And the reason for that is he's all-round solid. With a lot of keepers, they can have the good actual goalkeeping attributes, but then like their kicking is awful or something like that to let them down. Mendy is very well-rounded. And then to add to that, he is 6'6", which matters a lot for goalkeepers. All the best goalkeepers in this game are tall. You've got the likes of Courtois, Donnarumma, Mendy himself. You want a tall goalkeeper. It just works in FIFA, especially for finesse shots, outside the foot shots, stuff like that. If they have the ability to reach up and pick it out of the corner, it is going to be very beneficial. This guy is only like 15k. He is super good value. Easy to link as well. Chelsea, Premier League. Get him in your team if you're on a low budget. You can't go wrong with this one. We then have Reece James. Now, it's interesting because on previous FIFAs, this pace just would have been too low. However, on this game, specifically new gen as well, the pace just doesn't really matter. You know, if you get like a shadow on this guy, he's going to be absolutely fine. And Anchor, I believe, gives him lengthy as well. He's really, really good, actually. His defensive stats are really good for a fullback. 85 strength is huge. You know, he's good on the ball. His passing's decent. He just plays really well in game. I'm sure you guys have come up against him quite a bit. He's easy to link as well. A strong link to Mendy, actually. And you just can't go wrong with him either. We then have Inform Saliba. He's coming in at around 40,000 coins at the moment. I've used this guy in the Elite Division. And he holds up with some of the best centre-backs in the game, honestly. Very, very good. He is 6'4", which is huge. Like, literally, not just in terms of his height being huge, but just, it's a big thing in FIFA. You know, if you can get big centre-backs, it really does work well. He's good on the ball for someone that big, like 74 dribbling. That is super, super good. 83 short passing as well. His defensive stats are elite. His physical stats are elite. His jumping for someone who's 6'4" is actually very good. Like, he's not going to be losing stuff in the air. And being French Premier League, it's going to be very easy for chemistry links as well. Like I say, I think around 40,000 coins. And he's not a million miles off some of the top centre-backs in the game. So I definitely recommend having a look at Saliba. We then have Orejo, who is about 1,000 coins. I just cannot believe this guy is this cheap. I'm sure you've all come up against him in-game. He is an absolute unit. 6'4" with 87 jumping. The guy is just never, ever losing an aerial battle. It's actually insane. 84 sprint speed as well, meaning he's just massive, wins everything in the air. He's going to win everything physically. He's got good defending. This card is actually crazy. Like, for 1,000 coins, he may be like the best value player in the game, full stop. Like, it's actually insane. Defensively, very good. Physically, extremely good. On the ball, not the best. You just got to play a little bit safer with him. You know, if he had top on the ball ability as well, he just wouldn't be this cheap. But he's very easy to link into teams, obviously. Barcelona, Spanish League links. And I'm going to guess a lot of you have used this guy. It really doesn't matter whether you've got a super team around him. Like, this card is going to stack up. So I definitely recommend Orejo. And we then move on to this guy, Estepinin. Like, I'm so bad at this. You guys know who it is. It's the Brighton player. Actually insane. Like, he's got some limitations, but for around like 12,000 coins, he is actually crazy. So starting off, he's got a 4-star weak foot, which is always nice. Players like Ferland, Mendy, you know, Alphonso Davies, they all have good weak foots. And it is important at fullback because you quite often turn inside, play passes in and things like that. So to have that 4-star weak foot, that is very nice. So he's rapid, he is strong, his defensive stats for a fullback are about as good as it gets. Like 90 stand tackle, 84 interceptions, 88 slide. Defensive awareness a little bit on the low side, but he's got the other stats to make up for that. He's not the best on the ball in terms of his dribbling, but his short passing is elite. His crossing is elite. As long as you're not just trying to do anything crazy with him, you know, left stick dribbling, stuff like that, he's going to be absolutely fine. And he's going to be a nightmare to play against. With that strength and those defensive stats, that pace, like, he is going to be crazy. I can't really think of any better left backs at a low price than this guy at all. So I definitely recommend him as well. He's got the Premier League links. Out at right mid, we do have Ousmane Dembele. Now, he is around like 50 to 60,000 coins at the time of recording this. However, it is the same every year with Ousmane, isn't it? There's a reason for it. 5-star, 5-star, and he just stacks up with some of the top cards. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this guy this year. However, there's just absolutely no doubt that he plays way better than an 83 rated card. He has just got what you need in FIFA, particularly old gen. This card is crazy. Not so much on new, but he's very good. He's got the pace, he's got decent enough shooting and passing, excellent on the ball, physically awful. But he's not that sort of player, you know. He's a dribbler, he's a skiller. He's got the 5-star weak foot to go with it as well. We all know Ousmane Dembele on FIFA. He is just built for FIFA. Obviously, French, Barcelona, he's just so easy to link into teams as well. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are using this card. We then go on to our first centre midfielder, and it is Renato Sanchez. I believe he's like 14,000 coins at the moment, and he's another one of these guys who is just built for FIFA. Like, he just works. He's really quick, he's physically excellent, he's good on the ball. He doesn't really excel at anything in particular. To be fair, his physical stats are insane, but you know, he's just very well rounded. 4-star, 4-star as well. Super cheap compared to other cards, especially when you consider just how he plays in game. He's just one of those guys, man. Like, he just works on FIFA. Top card. Obviously Portuguese, PSG, French League links, super easy to get into your teams. We all know about Renato. We then have Casemiro. Now, he's another one where in previous FIFAs, like, this guy just would never get a look in. However, particularly on new gen, he is actually insane. Like, it's hard to put into words just how good this guy is for the price. Like, around 20,000 coins. Defensively, this guy is outrageous. Like, the only thing that separates him from, like, a Vieira is the on-the-ball ability and a little bit of pace, which isn't even that important. But in terms of his physical and defensive stats and just how he plays in game, he is actually insane. Like, there's pro players running around with this guy on FIFA 23, which is hard to believe, but just try him and you're going to see how he is one of the best CDMs in the game at the moment. It is actually just mind-boggling. But Brazilian, Manchester United and Premier League links, he's very easy to get into your teams. Out on the left, we do have Rafael Leao. A very unique card, actually. Like, 6'2", really quick and really good dribbling, but then also has the strength as well. He's a little bit of like what CR7 used to be, I guess. In terms of the super quick, but also has the physical, you know, Portuguese left winger. It just sort of fits. But he's very good. The Serie A actually has a lot of options this year as well. So he's quite a popular player. Very cheap, under 10,000 coins. And he's just very well rounded. He has the finesse shot and the outside of the foot shot trait. So no matter which angle you're at, this guy's going to be able to find the back of the net. Definitely recommend him. And we then have the Cam, who is Mostovoy. Now, he's around 40,000 coins, and he's not a mile off someone like Kevin De Bruyne, honestly. 5-star weak foot. He's actually very similar to like a KDB. He is that sort of player. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Just very, very well-rounded. Like, he's good on the ball, good physically. His defending, whilst it isn't great by any means, like, it's okay. Passing's excellent. Like, shooting's well-rounded. He's not slow. And unfortunately, he doesn't really have any good traits. But a very, very well-rounded card. Like, if you're looking to just throw someone in at CAM and you have 50k spare, this is one of those guys. He's sort of like what KDB is and what like Bruno Fernandes was a couple of years back, where it just works well on FIFA. So not too much more to say about Mostovoy, but he is a very, very good option. And then ending the video with the cheap Haaland. It is Sorloth. This guy's outrageous on New Gen. Like, I'm sure some of you have played against him. It's actually ridiculous. So he has the 4-star weak foot, which Haaland doesn't have, which isn't the biggest deal, but it's definitely an advantage. 6'4", with decent jumping, like 96 strength, 95 sprint speed. If this guy gets in behind, there's just nothing you can do. His finishing, obviously not quite as good as Haaland, but he's, you know, got a better dribbling stat. He's pretty similar in a lot of areas, honestly. Not as clinical due to that finishing, but he is up there, man. Like, for the price, around 15 to 20,000 coins, you really can't go wrong with this guy on New Gen. But guys, that is the best value player in every position, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if there's one that you really like that you think I might have missed. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like. I'll catch you on the next one. And peace.